All right, enough of all that. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Juventus beat 10-man Sassuolo 3-1, but lose Dybala and McKennie along the way. It's 3 wins in a row, and if they win their game in hand, they're third. But is this progress?
I mean, they almost messed it up, to be fair, because Sassuolo came back in the game, and until, the last 10 minutes, it was still 1-1.
Sassuolo down to 10 men for the entire second half.
Yeah, and I was like, what? Surely Juve cannot drop more points here. Not in a game like this. Not when they were dominant, although not brilliant, but dominant. I thought, Ramsey, when he replaced McKennie, did well. But I just don't think you should left it so late. This is a game that you should not be 1-1.
I think they got serious issues,
Jules.
Jules. Bonucci could have been sent off early. He had an absolute
De Ligt,
stinker of a game.
by the way, has COVID. That's why.
There's no De Ligt as well, and obviously no Cuadrado, no Alexandro. The midfield, Arthur, horrendous to watch again. A lot of issues, but hey, it's a win. At least Morata's fit again.
Yeah, and Cristiano scored another goal.
In garbage time, but yes,
but still, they all count. Leo Messi and my boy Antoine Griezmann both scored twice. Samuel Umtiti plays 90 minutes without any incident. And Barca beat Granada away, 4-0. Gab, are they turning the corner?
Okay, so Granada are a good side. They're mid-table, right?
Especially at home.
But when we talked about the 4-2 chaos earlier this year?
Yeah.
So when they're not playing well, it's horrendous. When they play well as individuals, it makes all the difference. What you saw here is a setup where they played well as individuals. Messi, I know people made a big deal of his first free kick goal after 70 attempts, but that other goal where he's completely off balance and you feel like he's going to score because you've seen him do this before. Dembele, I thought, was fantastic. Pedri is Pedri, which says it all. I think it's a reminder that while we're often critical of Koeman, going forward, this is potentially the best solution right now, given what he has.
That system.
But defensively in midfield, Jules, it's still messy.
Yeah, it's still a bit messy, but they're certainly on the good way, But we need more to really.
Yeah, I think this team's not going to be fixed for a while. Yeah. They need to go to extra time to do it, but Arsenal beat Newcastle United 2-0 in the FA Cup as Emile Smith-Rowe breaks the ice in the 109th minute. Jules, but for VAR, he wouldn't even have been on the pitch. So Gooners love VAR, yeah?
I mean, on this case, it worked. That's what it's made for. It's a tackle. The referee, Anthony Kavanagh, is it Anthony Kavanagh his first name?
Whoever it is.
Kavanagh, shows red card, very quickly in my opinion, but still, red card, where you could clearly see that it's not a red card.
This is what it's meant for. The system worked.
It worked. And then Emile Smith-Rowe, who had a big impact on the game, scores the first goal for Arsenal. And
kid's looking good.
It's looking really good. Referee Michael Oliver, talking about referees, told the Daily Mail that he made a mistake by not sending off Jordan Pickford for that foul on Virgil van Dijk in the Merseyside derby back in September. Gab, how do you feel about referees admitting their mistakes months and weeks later?
Well, first of all, better late than never.
Yeah, it's good to talk.
I think it's great that he did this. I think they should encourge to do this.
Yeah, I agree.
He analyzed exactly why he made the mistake. And funny enough, it was exactly what we said at the time.
Yeah.
The fact that, they had to determine the offsides, the fact that they had to determine if it was a penalty. He threw in the fact that, none of the Liverpool players seemed upset. So maybe we didn't realize the seriousness. Look, you still screwed up. And you don't want to send the message that you need players being upset and surrounding the referee for you to make the right decision. But well done, Michael Oliver, for coming out and being honest. More transparency, more honesty, please. Roma come from behind to draw with Inter 2-2. Jules, are Inter serious, or are you going to blame Conte for dropping points here?
Okay, let's start with Conte, because, this is a game where Roma go 1-0 up. This is the first half where Inter... not good. I mean, Chris Smalling on Lukaku was outstanding, I thought.
Until he wasn't, but yeah.
Yeah, but the first half, he was fantastic. And I was like, okay. Second half, Inter scored early on, Skriniar, and then they're on top, and then it's very good. Hakimi with a great goal. Then I think, okay, they've got this. Great win, really solid win, especially after what happened last weekend. Great win. And then he started making the substitutions and everything. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? And I could have told you that game was coming from Roma. I knew it was coming. And by the way, Arturo Vidal, this has to stop now. You can't play him in games like this.
As you say, mo basta in Italy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Sticking with Roma, I have to ask, are they for real?
You know what? I think they've gotten zero respect. They're up to third on the table. They have possibly the best manager in Serie A. Some people might say.
I like his cap. I like his look.
Paulo Fonseca, very handsome as well. Easily the most
cool.
handsome manager in Serie A.
Yeah.
Although the Zerbi looks pretty badass too. But look, I think you need to project forward and ask yourself, okay, can the old guys hang in there, Dzeko and Mkhitaryan. But they got such a lift from Villar, from Borja Mayoral, from Ibanez at the back. I think they're outstanding defensively. And they have Zaniolo to come back. I think when he comes back, if he hits the ground running, they could be in the conversation. I am not ruling them out. No. Atletico Madrid's game is called off by the weather, but there's good news on the striker front. Moussa Dembele is reportedly on his way from Lyon. It's a loan plus option to buy for 30 million euros. Make sense?
Dembele makes sense. The money... Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, you got an extra body up front for 6 months.
We said they need someone anyway after Diego Costa left the club. So I like Moussa Dembele. He's one of mine, obviously, Paris born and bred. So I wish him all the best. I think he could do really well there. I think he's got the game and the profile for it. He's different to Suarez too. So I think that could work. 30 million, I think, will be a good price if he does well for the next 6 months.
I'll tell you what, with these options to buy, let you in on a little secret. If he says, I'm not going back to Lyon, I want to stay, you're Atletico Madrid, you have the means and the guys to go and work yourself a deal, probably, get yourself a discount.
Meanwhile, Real Madrid are held 0-0 by Osasuna in icy conditions in Pamplona. I mean, it was snowing and the pitch was full of snow as well. This was disappointing, Gab, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, they were on the runway for 4 hours to take a flight from Madrid to Pamplona. They got there after midnight. I think they had one shot on goal or one real chance, which was the Asensio chance.
One target the whole game.
He started Eden Hazard, not a good idea, not the right game for him. He was really poor. It's disappointing. Lots of mitigating circumstances as well.
Zidane said the game should have been postponed.
Zidane said the game should have been postponed. They never asked for it to be postponed, so it's not going to be postponed if you don't ask for it. Tell you what, if Atletico Madrid win their 3 games in hand, the gap becomes 10 points. That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Time to celebrate. Mauricio Pochettino as Paris Saint-Germain record their first win, 3-0 against Brest.
It was not great, I have to be honest, because Brest played really well. They're a really good attacking team. Brest, they're fantastic to watch. But it's a win. We'll take that. We saw already a few tweaks there and there compared to Tuchel. I'm liking it. So let's go. Big game against Marseille on Wednesday night. So let's go, Poch. Chelsea run past Morecambe 4-0 and both Timo Werner and Kai Havertz get on the score sheet. Gab, is it meaningful or not really?
It's meaningful to the two of them. If this helps them gain confidence and whatever else, I thought Havertz played well, but look, it's Morecambe. So Morecambe and Wise. What are you going to judge?
Does it even count?
No. Ajax and PSV Eindhoven battle to a 2-2 draw on the top of the table Eredivisie clash as your boy Sebastian Haller makes his debut. Your thoughts?
Yeah, he made his debut, gave an assist as well. It was a great game. I mean, the first half especially. Daniel Malen, Arsenal, do you remember? And Eran Zahavi, who is an amazing striker. Played really well. It was a great game. 2-2 in the end, as you said. Top of the table clash. It stays the same. I liked it. I liked it a lot also. Manchester City beat Birmingham City 3-0. Bernardo Silva scores 2. But Gab, how special was that first one?
Well, Jules, it's about the techers. I don't know how he does that, how he twists his body.
Man? I would break my leg for that.
Okay, so I think Bernardo's not been Bernardo this season. Yeah. I think he's had a slow start to the season. A goal like that, it's just a reminder of how just absolutely technically brilliant this guy is. He's technically good. He's super intelligent, super aware.
He runs a lot.
He's not the greatest athlete in the world, but he plays like this. He's a value added.
Yeah.
Sevilla are up to 5th in La Liga, having beaten Real Sociedad 3-2. I'm on Team Lopetegui this season.
Yeah.
Jules, you're always telling me, well, they can't win the league. They're not serious because they have Luke de Jong and Nasri up front. And Nasri, fantastic. Scores a hat-trick. Are you on board now? Are you on the bandwagon?
Yeah, and Lopetegui, by the way, signed a new deal, which is completely deserved and well done. And he will be there for much longer now. Let's hope so. And then Nasri has transformed himself from an impact sub, which he was before, let's be honest, coming on late, scoring a header on a free kick or something, to becoming this really, really clinical striker who can hold the ball up well, very good in the air, as he's always been, but also now his runs are good. His finishing is good. I'm like, wow, this was a really good game against Real Sociedad, who played well too.
Sevilla to finish top 4?
Yeah, I think so.
It's them or Villarreal, right?
Yeah, I think. And I think
we're assuming
Real
Sociedad are going to fall apart, yeah?
I think they will, but they still have stuff to sort out in midfield, though. Milan won 2-0 against Torino. Ibra comes back. Did you see his warm-up? When he lifts his leg above the physio.
And before the warm-up, he's like banging on the advertising hoarding, like as if it was a draw.
Let's go. Big win. They stay top of the table, especially with the result between Inter and Roma as well.
Big win because it comes after a defeat, and they're playing their old manager, Marco Giampaolo, a bit of karma there perhaps. Torino, by the way, I think terrible. No, the pieces are falling into place. Ibra's coming back at the right time. Rafael Leao, a tremendous performance.
Yeah,
and you know what gets me? I got to say this. So people come out and say, "Oh, so and so's not a wing back. So and so's not an attacking mid. He's not a 10. He's more of an 8 or a 6." Guys, it's football. It's football, man.
Yeah.
Rafael Leao's not a center forward. No, he's not an Ibrahimovic center forward. He's not an Andy Carroll center forward. Yeah. He's not a Sergio Aguero center forward. No. He's a different kind of center forward. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to play a pressing game, then Rafael Leao's movement probably serves you better than Zlatan does.
Yeah, definitely.
If Pioli can harness this, if you can alternate maybe Leao in some situations, and then you chuck on. Imagine 60 minutes of Ibra pounding you, and then this guy moves into the middle at the end. Imagine you as a defender having to do so many things you can do.
Yeah.
Lyon are winter champions in Liga 1. Dembele, of course, is on his way, as we said. Memphis Depay might follow at some point. How big a deal is this?
I think it would be a huge deal if they lose Memphis, but they're not going to lose him. I think he wants to stay. They decided to keep him. And I don't think Barcelona could come with anything serious anyway. So they would keep him.
There are other teams in Europe other than Barcelona, and if you can get Memphis at a reasonable price, you don't think there's somebody out there who could use another front
I just
man?
don't think they will let him go now. They have a big chance to win the league. They're really strong. They drew 2-2 Rennes on Saturday, but they were 2-0 down. They were not playing well, and they still find a way of getting at least a point. And it was really good. And I just think with not playing in Europe, while PSG hopefully will go far in the Champions League, they have a huge chance to win it. But with Memphis, if Memphis goes, I think they're not going to win the title. So I think they're right to keep him. It was way back on Friday night, but the repercussion of Bayern throwing away a 2-0 lead and losing 3-2 to Borussia Monchengladbach are still being felt. Manuel Neuer was named Player of the Year, but the fact is Bayern have kept only one clean sheet in the last 15 games, Gab.
Yeah, Manuel Neuer was played naming Player of the Year in like sort of the German vote by the German national team fans and whatever. So obviously, in case you're wondering, well, why did Lewandowski win it? Yeah, he would have won it, but and why didn't Thomas Müller win it? Well, because he's not in the German national team.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid that they even have this award.
I know.
They
it doesn't really make sense.
And they kind of sucked in both of them, but whatever. That stat, one clean sheet in 15 games, is what gives you, I think, cause to worry. It's not so much the fact that Leipzig didn't win the following day, but defensively, this is a mess. And Pavard's not been good. Alphonso Davies, since coming back, has not been good.
Nicolas Zule, I know you like him, but I'm sorry.
I love my Zule. Don't blame the Zule.
That was so bad.
It's a 2-0 lead. You've got all this pace going forward. You should be able to manage it, right?
Completely.
I don't want to hear stupid stereotypes like, they have the DNA of the winners. Yeah, they're going to win. No. You got to go and earn it every day. And I think this is what Hansi Flick is going to want to instill in his players. Some people, I think, aren't getting the message. And I'll tell you what, I love Alaba, right?
Yeah.
I think he's been up and down. He's not been helped by the chaos around him. If his head's not right, you've got Lucas Hernandez. Let's see more of him. But,
big shout out to Marco Rose, though, and Gladbach, because being 2-0 down and coming back that way.
And with players missing, too.
And the way they played, the way they used all the space on the pitch, those half spaces, Embolo, Stindl.
Hoffman.
Oh, Hoffman is so good. It was brilliant. So well done to them, too.
Tottenham beat up Marine 5-0, and suddenly Jose Mourinho says Dele Alli is off the naughty step and could be a big part of Tottenham's future. Jules, do we believe him?
Well, yes and no.
He's talking about the FA Cup future.
Or the Europa League future, maybe. I don't know. But Dele was good against a team from the 8th division, and it was a walk in the park for Spurs. But I still think that Spurs don't want Dele Alli to go anywhere. I don't think he will go to PSG. I don't think they would want to let him go. And I think with all the games coming up, they will need him too. So in that sense, I believe Jose. But with Jose, things can change very quickly.
Yeah, sorry, but when he says big part, I presume he doesn't mean, you're going to be Lo Celso's backup, who is Ndombele's backup, right? I think he means actually getting on the pitch. I'm not sure that's going to happen because I'm not sure he necessarily fits great at this point. I'm not sure where his headspace is at. I don't know. I still think if they can shift him, they will shift him. But that might be tough.
Not sure. Atalanta destroyed Benevento 4-1. Jose Pulisic put a masterclass with a great goal. And we still don't know where Papu Gomez is going. Gasperini says he doesn't fit tactically. Papu feels differently. And he put on Instagram like little footage of where he is to show that he actually fits well in the new system.
So I feel a little bit bad because I can totally see both sides of the argument, right? Gasperini, we know that Papu Gomez is leaving, right? Papu Gomez is gone because he fell out badly with Gasperini, because he feels Gasperini bullied some of his players. Gasperini maintains otherwise, and the situation is irreparable, which is a big blow for Atalanta because Papu Gomez is still, I think, one of the best players in Serie A.
Yeah, but I'll pause you there. Atalanta have been playing better since he's out of the team, right? You agree with me?
18 goals in 5 games. They're certainly scoring a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you go. There's no argument there. Gasperini keeps getting asked about Papu Gomez, and because Gasperini, A, doesn't like talking to the media, B, isn't very interesting when he talks to me, eventually he says, he's not a tactical fit anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's why Papu had to say, you're saying I don't track back? Well, look, here's evidence, and he posts videos on Instagram. By the way, I hope you got them cleared because, you can get banned from social media. But
Twitter account closed.
But what's interesting, Jules, is Papu Gomez will make a lot of teams better. Atalanta have said, we're not going to allow him to leave to a direct rival, which I take to mean they're not going to allow him to go join another Serie A team. Yeah. There's teams elsewhere who, I think even at 32, has a short-term boost.
Completely.
Not just Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I would love... Oh, my God. Imagine him and Poch. That would be so good.
Poch, if you're watching this...
Papu, go to Paris. It would be so good.
No, but if
it would be great.
An attacking midfielder who's used to playing a pressing game, 18-month contract, boom, you're in, you're out.
I'm in every day.
I'd love to see that.
Me too. Schalke don't make history as they beat Hoffenheim 4-0 after 30 games without a win, thanks to a hat-trick by Matthew Hope, their young American. Gab, who has the brightest future, Schalke or Matthew Hope?
I think it's Hoppe. I think is how he calls himself. I don't know, a hat trick. I mean, look, he's counter-attacking goals, but he showed big personality. It was only his third start. Well done to him. I think his future is brighter because, frankly, Schalke's position financially is such an absolute mess that there is a school of thought that says the best thing that they could actually do is get themselves relegated.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.